What's up, guys? This is EJ Holland with the Wolverine.com, and we're back with another Michigan recruiting report. Today, we're going to be breaking down 5 key Michigan recruits I saw on the road. I was out in North Carolina and Tennessee, so we'll talk about 5 key recruits here that I saw during my travels. But before we do, I want to invite you guys to subscribe to the Wolverine.com. If you can't get enough Michigan football and recruiting, make sure to head over to the Wolverine.com and use the promo code Kickoff24. It's not going to last long. It's solely for the beginning of the season. It's going to expire this week. So head over to the Wolverine.com, use the promo code Kickoff24 for 50% off your annual membership. And also like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for free. Yeah, get notifications anytime we drop new updates. And since I was on the road, we will have game highlights. I just posted some on Michigan tight end commit Eli Owens, so make sure to check those out. So like I said, we'll be breaking down 5 key recruits I saw on the road, and we'll actually start off with Michigan tight end commit Eli Owens. It was really fun to head out to the Smoky Mountains and get a chance to watch Eli Owens in game action. You want to talk about a Michigan football player? That's Eli Owens. He's a throwback high school player that plays on both sides of the ball. He started at tight end and also played some wide receiver and fullback. On the defensive side of the ball, he played defensive end and outside linebacker. He finished the game with 7 receptions for 111 yards and 12 tackles. So, man, he was just out there playing like a wild mountain man, as I wrote over at the Wolverine.com. He was pancaking guys. He was making tackles in the backfield. He was making plays as a receiver. Just a really, really fun player. Now, Eli Owens has drawn comparisons to Max Bredesen, and it's fair. You know, when you look at Eli Owens, he's a true H-back prospect at 6'1". He's listed at 215, but he's up to about 235, 240 right now. So he has a thick build in both his upper and lower halves. He was listed at 215 because he also plays basketball and he dropped some weight and actually led Alcoa to a state championship, on the court. So he's deceptively athletic, and we'll talk a little bit more about his athleticism and his ability as a pass catcher here in a sec. But what I want to highlight is the comparison to Bredesen is fair because he is that true type of H-back. He will fill that exact role at Michigan, and he's a punishing blocker. I mean, he puts guys in the dirt. He's physical. He knows how to finish blocks. So he'll have no problem just sliding into that role here in a couple years. Now, where he kind of differs from Max is he can go out and run routes. He is a natural pass catcher. He's a true threat as a receiver. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see, but on my Twitter account and here on our YouTube channel, if you go to the Eli Owens video, he had a ridiculous one-handed catch that went viral. So, he's a guy that does offer a lot more than Bredesen does as an actual receiver. So he's really exciting. He's a guy that, really looks up to former NFL tight end Delaney Walker, who is a shorter tight end. I think Eli Owens can be that type of player for the Wolverines. So I was really impressed with him this weekend. All right, let's head over to our next recruit, and let's stay on the offensive side of the ball, but go to the 2026 recruiting class and talk about Leo Delaney, top 100 offensive tackle out of Charlotte Providence Day. Now, if that high school sounds familiar, it's because Providence Day is the school that produced Michigan signees Jaden Davis and Shannon Goodwin. So Michigan has some ties to Providence Day. Both Goodwin and Jaden Davis have spent some time recruiting Leo Delaney, who is actually in Ann Arbor for the barbecue at the Big House in July. He's just outside of the top 100 on the On3 industry ranking at 101, but On3 has him inside the top 100 at 88. About 6'5", 275 pounds. He has a really long, he has long arms. He's a guy that excels in pass protection. He has an intriguing frame with the ability to add some really good weight. I think with Leo, it's all about continuing to improve his technique and continuing to improve his feet. I don't see him as a left tackle. I see him as more of a straight right tackle based on what I saw from him over the weekend. But look, Michigan needs tackles. They've already have several interior offensive linemen. They have 2 interior offensive linemen committed this cycle. They still have a pressing need for a tackle in 2025. Tackle is going to be a key position for the recruiting board in 2026. So Grant Newsome needs to keep guys like Delaney really interested. He's off to a pretty good start with Delaney. Now, you do have some SEC schools involved like Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, but Michigan's definitely, high on his mind as well. The Wolverines will look to get him back to campus for another visit this fall. All right, let's flip over to the defensive side of the ball and talk about top 100 defensive lineman Aiden Harris. I was really, really impressed with Harris. He was one of the best players I saw all weekend long. I got to go to a great event at Bank of America Stadium, which is the home to the Carolina Panthers. I got to see a doubleheader there. There was like 20, 30 FBS prospects there, and Harris was one of the best. Right now, Ohio State has the heavy lead on the on-3 recruiting prediction machine, but Harris did make an unofficial visit to Michigan this summer. He's told me he's looking to return to Ann Arbor for a game this fall. And he also told me that Michigan is now in his top 5 after that visit. He's 6'3", 240 pounds. I think that weight is a little off. It looks like he's already bulked up to about 260. I think he'll be an athletic 4-eye or a 3 technique. He's kind of what Michigan looks for in the trenches at those spots. Like I said, he was a dominant force all night long against some really high-level players at Bank of America Stadium. So I think that Michigan has a little bit of work to do to beat out Ohio State, but the Wolverines definitely have his attention after his summer visit. All right, let's talk about another defensive player in the 2026 recruiting class, and that is on 300 linebacker Thomas Davis Jr. Now, Thomas Davis Sr. played professionally for the Carolina Panthers and was a really fun player to watch. That makes Thomas Davis Jr. a Georgia legacy, but he's actually not looking at Georgia all that hard. Right now, it seems like he's leaning towards playing in the Midwest. Notre Dame actually has the heavy lead on the on-3 recruiting prediction machine early on, but much like Aiden Harris, Davis made a visit to Michigan in the summer and was really impressed with everything on campus. He told me he loved his time in Ann Arbor. He also loves the tradition of Michigan producing high-level linebackers. He, like Harris, told me that Michigan is now in his top 5, and he is looking to return to Ann Arbor in the fall. Now Davis was limited a little bit because he had torn labrum surgery in December. He was cleared just 5 days before the game I saw him play in. So he didn't do a ton from a stat filling perspective, only had a handful of tackles, but I really liked the way he moved. He has great NFL bloodlines, just a really interesting recruit. I'm really excited to see how he continues to grow and how his interest grows in Michigan. All right, so last on the list, we'll head back to the 2025 recruiting class, and we'll talk about one of Michigan's biggest flip targets, and that's Donovan Star. Out of all the cornerbacks that Michigan is looking to flip this cycle, I think Donovan Star is the most realistic. Michigan already has one cornerback commit in Jaden Sanders, who is a tall, long guy, kind of typical Big Ten corner, but you want to complement him with speed. When you're talking about cornerback prospects, Donovan Star is one of the fastest in the country, running a blazing 10.56. And that speed was clearly visible on the field on Friday night. There was one play on the far side of the field where Alcoa threw a screen pass and Donovan Star was there like in half a second and absolutely laid the wood. Towards the end of the half, they actually lined him up on the offensive side of the ball. And he just took the top off the defense and made a big play. He was really, really fun to watch. He's gotten some comparisons to DJ Turner, which I could definitely see. He's not the biggest guy at 5'11", 175 pounds. I would definitely like to see him bulk up, but that speed is real. He has great cover skills as well. He wasn't really tested on Friday night. I don't think the ball was thrown in his vicinity, maybe more than 2 or 3 times. Like, he was all over the opposing wide receiver. So I think he has great man-to-man skills and obviously has great speed. And I think he is the ideal complement to Jaden Sanders, who, like I mentioned, is the tall, long, physical corner. And Star, you would have that really speedy corner. So would be a great complement. And like I said, I think Michigan has the best chance with Star out of any of the cornerback flips. He's originally from the Midwest. He grew up a Michigan fan in Illinois. So again, originally from the state of Illinois. And he goes to Ravenwood in the Nashville area. And Ravenwood should be familiar to Michigan fans as it's produced guys like Miles Pollard and Junior Colson, who have both been involved in recruiting him to Michigan. So watch out. If Michigan gets him on campus this fall, I really do think they could flip him. All right, guys, that is our time. That's the Michigan Recruiting Report. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for free. Get notifications every time we drop new videos.